let's take a look at the NFL. Let's take a look at the week 13 games. The Sunday games. I'm going to show you with you here. I'm going to share with you, who do I think is going to win these games? So the Chargers taking on the Patriots. So the Chargers, LA Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers taking on the New England Patriots. And the Massachusetts Patriots squad. I don't think they're that great. They did lose to a Giants team that is not very impressive on you, 10-7. So the Patriots will lose their record, and they're not going anywhere. They're probably going to be. I don't think the Patriots are going to be number one overall pick worthy, but because they're trying things out, But I still think they're going to be pretty, number 2 overall pick in the draft. And be really number 2, number 3, be really happy. And they're not going to do too much this year. Neither are the Chargers. I think the Chargers are just enough to win that football game. This NFL football game. National Football League. NFL game. The Lions taking the Saints. Lions have been struggling. They almost lost against the Bears. And they lost to the Packers, It's 20-14 to those late, the score seems a little bit closer than it actually was. But the Saints, so I don't think they're going to do. Maybe if the Lions, they make some mistakes and turnovers and stuff, I think the Saints can capitalize and win. If the Lions play clean football, clean NFL game, I don't think the Lions have a chance to be dominant and win. Falcons and the Jets. The Falcons are not super impressive, but they're not horrible. The Jets, on the other hand, they're being 4-7. The Jets are going nowhere. They benched Zach Wilson. And now they're there. The quarterback of the year, Rodgers is trying to come back, be doubt. Or trying to doubt everyone. Trying to be back to the playoffs. If they have a chance to make the playoffs. Or doubt everyone that he's like, I'm going to try to play, this year. Everyone says they can't play this year. I'm going to try to play this year. I'm going to do everything I can to play this year. Don't make it personal. Maybe. Who knows? Well, we'll see if who's playing. I don't think Rodgers is playing this week, but he might be playing this week. Like I was saying, I don't think the Falcons are going to do a whole lot, but, not a ton, but I don't think the Jets are that really impressive, I think the Falcons are going to beat are going to win their game. I think it's the Jets in New Jersey. Arizona Cardinals against the Steelers. Now the Cardinals with Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray coming back. Yeah, he's getting used to playing in games again. So he's getting used to it. So in the last couple of seasons, he's been in and out, inconsistent. Not really super consistent playing games lately. But when he was playing well, he was doing well. So he's just pretty much gonna have to be in the off season, play this season, just chalk it up. If they win, they win. If they don't, they don't. And chalk it up and then just play them a full season, and then just get some work in the off season. Get some work in, with like the trainings, like the trainers and his own work or teammates or whatever, whoever, and just do that in the off season and be able to play, and be able to, to be fully healthy. And then when they get the official NFL workouts, to start doing them, do as many of them as you can, do a lot of them, trainings, even though you might not have to be there, you do all that, you do all that, or at least do them on your own if you're not going, it's the mandatory, not the non-mandatory ones, like the rookie, so we'll see, But yeah, so it's 2-10, so yeah, the Steelers, I don't think the Steelers offense is that impressive, but the Cardinals are a little more impressive. I think the Cardinals could win. I think the Steelers probably will win. Just a little bit more. The Colts and the Titans. Now, the Chargers, Patriots, and CBS. Lions, Saints on Fox. Falcons, Jets on Fox. Cardinals, Steelers on CBS. Colts, Titans on CBS. And Colts, Titans game. Titans are not that impressive, They looked more impressive than they did last week against a struggling Panthers team. But the Colts or the Titans are struggling. Titans are really struggling this year. Like I was saying, I don't think that the Titans aren't doing nothing super impressive. The Colts are not super impressive, but they're winning games. That's all you can ask for. In the season. Is that no matter who you play, it's not like it's college sports where like the wins, because they play the same conferences and stuff like that. The wins are like underdog. The wins are a little bit more weighted. Some wins are than others. Losses are a lot more weighted than others. But the Colts, I think they can win this one. They should be able to win this one with Titans. Not by a ton, not like it's super impressive, but I think the Colts will win. The Dolphins, the Commanders, the Maryland Commanders, taking on the Dolphins. And the Dolphins should be able to run by the Commanders. Should be able to beat the Commanders pretty easily in this one. The Commanders are a struggling team. The last game they played was against the Cowboys, and they, struggled a lot on Thanksgiving afternoon, turned into evening. So we'll see if the Commanders, can win the game and actually we'll see if they can win a game. But against a really good Miami team that needs a win, to stay stay competitive in the top race, and have a chance, to at least be in a tiebreaker scenario for the number one spot. It's a good thing for Miami, And then we have the Broncos and Texans. Dolphins Commanders on Fox, by the way. And Broncos Texans is the featured CBS game of the 5 they're showing. And the featured noon Fox game is Lions. Say about 3:25 featured game as well. But the Broncos Texans on Fox, or CBS, Broncos Texans, a featured CBS game with Inigo and Charles Davis. He's not Jimmy and Steero, because Jimmy and Steero did 2 CBS games last, one on Thanksgiving and one on Sunday instead. They get the day week, instead of just doing the Thanksgiving and the Sunday game off. They then doing a Sunday game this week. They'd probably do the Broncos Texans Sunday game this week. Well, either way, it works out though, because like the final announcer gets to do the game. The sixth announcer gets to do the game. Anyways, so the final announcer screws. Either way, But anyways, Broncos, Texans. Texans have looked a little struggling lately. I mean, the Broncos have been playing good football, and have been stringing together a lot of wins after, not looking the best. Broncos have been, and the Texans, are starting to struggle a little bit. Texans are, I mean, this would really be impressive. The Texans, were down and out, the last few years, and then just turn on in their first year. I mean, even making it even being this good, so far 6-5, it's pretty good, and for the team as a whole. So we'll see if the Texans can win, keep their impressive streak going and make the playoffs. So the Broncos were down out lately. They were good with Peyton Manning, and they still had some decent years with Tim Tebow and all that. He was playing in the NFL. He was shining in the NFL. Man, he was doing well too. So nothing go back to those days. Tim Tebow, obviously they didn't win Super Bowls, but man, they did pretty deep. There's some good moments with him in the playoffs. Texans, so we're good. With Deshaun Watson and stuff. And they've been Now they're starting to be turning around. So we'll see. If they can do well. The Panthers and the Buccaneers. That's the 3:05 Central Time, 4:05 Eastern game on CBS. And the Panthers are 1-10, taking on, and that's the late window game on CBS. For the single window team. And Buccaneers Panthers are not doing nothing impressive, But the Buccaneers, they're not doing nothing impressive either. No one's going anywhere. The Panthers are not going anywhere. And neither are the Buccaneers. Neither team is going anywhere in the playoffs. Neither team is going to the playoffs. The only chance the Buccaneers have is to win the NFC South, which they are still in contention for, but as far as the wild card spot, I just don't see that happening. So we'll see. The Buccaneers are 4-7, so we'll see if they can get do well. But I kind of doubt, maybe they make the playoffs with winning the South the first year with no Tom Brady. The South's always been the weakest division, and it's showing it. So we'll see if the Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers will win, but I don't think the Panthers will do much impressive. The Browns and the Rams. The Browns have their Deshaun Watson, then Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Now it's Joe Flacco. He's the third string. He was on the Ravens for and then he went to the Jets. Now he's on the Browns as the third string. And he's gonna play though. Looks like they're predicting. So we'll see if the Browns can win. The Rams, if Matthew Stafford's in, it's gonna be a good game. Flacco not having a lot of practice though. Lately. Might be a little bit hurt him. But the Rams, well, I could see them making them, doing better, We'll see though. And this is the 3:25 game on Fox, Browns and Rams. But I could see we'll see here if the Browns win. The Browns maybe. The Browns are still in playoff position, so hopefully, they win. The Browns need to win for staying that and stay competitive for the wild card. They're not necessarily going to the Ravens have the NFC or the AFC North, but the Browns, are that third team in the North. They're fighting with the Steelers. They're fighting with the Steelers. They're fighting with the Texans. They're fighting with the Broncos, the Colts. They're fighting with the Texans, Broncos, Colts, Browns. Steelers. Those teams are all fighting for another spot in the playoff spot. And the Browns are, need a win, especially against the Rams team that's been up and down, 5-6, Like, they look decent, Stafford. But then without Stafford, they're, or Stafford's not playing well, So they're up and down team, so we'll see, What if the Rams can pull out and get a much needed win? The Rams need this win too for the NFC playoff picture, because the Seahawks are 6-7, and they have their bye next week, as well as Arizona does. Next week 14. The Rams do, or the Cardinals and the Seahawks do, so they have both their byes on week 14. So the Rams would be in playoff position with a win today. But they might not have the tiebreaker over the Seahawks. I'm not for sure on that one. They still might, even if they're 6-7, so they definitely need a win, for playoff positioning. And then the 49ers and the Eagles. The 49ers taking the Eagles. The 49ers have been playing really well as of late, Yeah, the few losses in a row where they're struggling, They were undefeated, but they were struggling, starting to struggle a little bit. We have some shocking losses, But the Eagles, have been seeming like, a few weeks in a row they've been pulling out, Well, they've been playing close, against the Chiefs they played, close against the close against the Bills. They played close games.